Elon Musk. What is that? No, the one of Twitter.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. I must educate Elon Musk. Why must I educate Elon Musk? He looks like an illiterate. The only thing that protects him is his white skin.
Julius Malema, the party leader of Economic Freedom Fighters Party in South Africa, has stood up as a symbol of African resistance and unapologetic Pan-Africanism. But now, the global elite are shaking, following his fiery public statements on white privilege and land redistribution in South Africa. Tech billionaire Elon Musk has reportedly called for international sanctions against Malema. Malema claims he was denied visa to London on May 7. Donald Trump too has expressed strong opposition. The question is, why is the West so afraid of Julius Malema? Why does a single African voice send shockwaves across the globe? Is it truly about hate speech? Or is it about silencing a dominance in Africa? Let's break it down.
I will never be bullied by Elon Musk or Donald Trump. Because I've never done any crime to anyone. As of yesterday, I was in an auction in Rustenburg. In that auction, 95% of those people were white people, wanting to demonstrate to Elon Musk and Donald Trump that I'm with the people you are saying I want to kill. Why do you make me an international criminal for asking for dignity of black people? I've not committed any crime against anyone except to say, let's restore the dignity of black person. If you don't have the land, you will never have dignity. And I was saying to those white people yesterday, you are not going anywhere because it's nicer in South Africa. There is no any other place which is more nicer than South Africa. The only thing you need to change is your hearts. You must learn to share and share the land with the rest of other people. We are in a robust engagement as people who were excluded from the economy of South Africa. And that robustness might look like it's violence against a particular nation. It is not. It is our cry to have our dignity back. We are being told to keep quiet, otherwise we are going to be declared international criminal. I'm so happy to be an international criminal. You know why? Because Nelson Mandela was an international criminal. That's what they declared him, for fighting for the freedom of our people. And if it means I'm joining in the ranks of Nelson Mandela by being declared an international criminal for fighting for the rights of my people, I'm a proud international criminal.
We are not opposed to white people. We are opposed to white supremacy. We are opposed to racism. We are opposed to white monopoly capital. It's not about color. It's about the party that represents backwardness, a party that is a racist organization, a party like Freedom Front that says part of its conditions to go into a coalition is that we must declare Orania as a white African land. And you say to us, we must go and participate in such a coalition. We'll never do that. We'll rather die without occupying positions in government than to allow white supremacists and racists to thrive. When we say progressive forces, the people say you are saying black parties. There are no black parties. We are not a black party. We are a progressive force of the left.
I came here not to please anyone. I'm here to speak the truth. Whether you like it or not, it's your own baby to feed Malta Bella. I'm not in the business of going around to please people. I only tell the truth. Now, I represent a non-racial organization, but we do not fight for white people. Why? Why should we fight for them? What do you want? What do they want? When you say you are fighting for all in South Africa, black and white, what do white people want? Except to want to remain in a position of privilege. That's what they want. They want to remain in a position of privilege, and we are rejecting that. There is no white person who's going to remain in a position of privilege. We must all be equal. And in bringing the equality, we have to take deliberate decisions to empower the less privileged to be at the same level with those who are privileged. So people with a chicken view, they only see here. We've got the giraffe view. We can see the future.
We don't need any whites' favor. We do what we like. Even when whites say, don't come here, we go where whites say, don't come. Because we get no instruction from no white man. When a white man says, don't vote for me, we vote for him by force.
Your problem is that you are saying you don't want colonialism, but you embrace the borders that were brought by colonialism here. Amen. There were no borders here. They don't have borders in Europe. But when it comes to us, they say, no, you must have borders. Why? The division of Africa is what makes them thrive. They thrive on the division of the African continent. Can you imagine the minerals of DRC combined with the minerals of South Africa and with a new currency based on the minerals? What we can do to the dollar if we become a United States of Africa with our minerals alone? We can collapse the dollar. We can collapse the strong pound that is based on gold, yet they don't have a gold mine. So why do you allow such things?
Can you imagine there is an African currency, Barunal currency of Africa? That currency is going to be more powerful than the dollar itself, because that currency will be backed by the minerals of Africa. Today, the pound of Britain is one of the strongest currencies. Why? Backed by gold. But when you go to Britain, there is no gold mine. But they've got the biggest gold reserves all over the world. Because they come take it here, they came and stole it here, and they've stored it there. And that's what makes them unique.
If you want to go to Nigeria to go and try some business opportunities or anything of that sort, wake up in the morning and go. Why are the Europeans allowed to do it? They eat breakfast in Milan in Italy and go and sleep in Paris without a hassle. And we are not allowed because the unity of Africa is a threat to certain people. And they say, no, these foreigners take our jobs and all of that. I say, if we find a foreigner working here at Kaya FM, he didn't employ himself. He was employed by the bosses here. So you cannot fight this one. You have to fight the bosses that we must be given a preference. Let's not allow them to make us fight amongst ourselves because they enjoy that. They hire foreigners and then they come to you and say, you can't get jobs because foreigners have taken jobs all over. But who employs these people? It's the same people who are saying foreigners have taken jobs.
Our vision is not these small-minded things you're thinking about. We want to lead Africa. We want a United States of Africa with one currency, with one economy, with one parliament, with one president, with one judiciary, where all member states will be held accountable. We want Africa to be one. This South Africa is just a starting point. And why? Because political freedom came from up there in the north. The economic freedom must come from the south, going up there. So there's no confusion about this continent. That's why when a person attacks fellow Africans, we get extremely worried. Because it contradicts what we represent as the EFF, which is the unity of Africa.
We're very angry. We were waiting for the leadership to just give an instruction, and all corners of South Africa were going to engage in a revolution. And perhaps if that could have happened, we wouldn't be sitting here and entertaining racists. Perhaps if we had taken this government through revolutionary means and not negotiated settlement, we wouldn't be undermined by small-minded racists who are dragging us to courts here day in, day out about revolutionary songs, but say we must sing this stem on our national anthem, a song that they were singing when they were torturing our people, a song that they used to sing to celebrate the oppression of our people. They see nothing wrong with it. because of this negotiated settlement. Perhaps that should have happened. Maybe you would have respected us. You have no respect for us. We still have you here. You still have our land. We have a constitution that we are embracing, all of us, but more celebrated by you. Because a revolution took place, my Lord, where the oppressor lost nothing. Where have you ever seen a revolution taking place where the oppressor loses nothing? And then the oppressor celebrates the triumph of the revolution. Perhaps Chris Ane's death should have served as that turning point. Would not be undermined here.
What is freedom without water? What is freedom without houses? What is freedom without access to quality education and a decolonized education? What is freedom without healthcare? What is freedom without jobs? What is freedom without basic electricity? What is freedom without land? What is freedom if you go to bed with an empty stomach? What is freedom without proper roads? What is freedom if you are still giving birth in a shed because in the informal settlements there are no rules? What is freedom if you can't move freely at night on your streets because streets have been hijacked by gangsters and criminals? What is freedom without freedom because we are not free?
They don't know my God. They don't know my ancestors. And I will never be destroyed by that which has never built me. I will never be intimidated by that which has never disciplined me when I was a child.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here. But if you fight, even when things are difficult, you keep on fighting. This is your home. Welcome to the home of black people who never give up, who keep on soldiering on. Even when it is difficult, we keep on soldiering on. One day, we shall arrive because we know we have a future. And that future is what we make of it now. No one is going to destroy us because we have an appointment with that future. A very important appointment with the future. And you are not going to stop me into making it into that appointment with the future.
I will never get tired. No one can make me tired. I march forward to the victory of our people. The revolution in South Africa is guaranteed that under the EFF, this country will be the better. Stand up, South Africa. Make sure that South Africa, you are counted with me. Run, South Africa. Stand and make sure that our people understand that they need to be counted. You must be counted. You must be part of history. You must make sure that you are one of the people who are going to deliver economic freedom in our lifetime. Freedom in our lifetime. Amanda!
Malema represents a new wave of African leadership that refuses to beg, to bow, or to be bought. Julius Malema is a true Pan-African leader. He has chosen to prioritize the rights of black people in South Africa and Africa at large. I compare him to Nelson Mandela, very bold and courageous, and that's the kind of leaders we need in Africa. Kudos to him, and may God give him strength to continue pushing for African sovereignty and unity. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do have a lovely time. See you in the next video.